Good evening.
Whoa, hold on there, you fake Jerry Curl wannabe. Good evening, wrestling fans. I am Lewis, the Encyclopedia of Pro Wrestling.
And this is Jay, the heel kid of pro wrestling.
And this is Evolution of Pro Wrestling. Woo! Welcome back, fans. Thank you for joining us to another exciting show of Evolution of Pro Wrestling. Sorry we are late. You know, we had some
Delicious food
that our producer and director had made for us. But we are live and in color. Wrestling fans, top news. We got wrestling's top news along with our stirring of the topics we're doing today. We actually changed up the topic from the Three Faces of Foley. We're going to announce that just a few moments. Don't mess up my mic, man.
I hit my hand.
Jeez. Really starting your nonsense, man.
I hit my hand.
Dave, welcome, man. Evening, boss and Jay.
Evening.
See, boss? The boss.
No, you're not the boss.
The boss. So, wrestling's top news. We start with Andrade and Sammy Guevara. Holy shit.
He's tired of it.
No, Tony Khan apparently sent Andrade home to be a real backstage confrontation between these two.
Yeah.
Apparently, there's been some beef with Sammy Guevara and Andrade, but what seems to be the issue here? Like, they talking about that he can't. Sammy's complaining about the way Andrade is hitting him and all types of other nonsense. Guys, what are your thoughts on this? Tell us this, Jaden. What do you see Andrade coming back to WWE?
It's possible, I feel like not only have, those two gotten confrontation, those two had conflict with each other, but I feel like just AEW as a whole has just been going downhill. There was that whole situation with Punk and everybody else, and now it's Andrade that's getting into it with AEW people. So I feel like it is a strong possibility, especially since Triple H is now head of the creative now. I think it's a really strong possibility that Andrade could come back and could have a stronger role than what he used to have before he left WWE.
Well, listen, Andrade didn't really get the push that he got.
He did not.
That he wanted because Vince McMahon was in charge.
Exactly.
Vince McMahon was in charge, and not really much was able to happen. Dave says Tony needs to put Regal in charge of talent relations. I agree with that. I agree with that because William Regal knows talent. He knows what he needs to do. You know what I mean? And listen, I won't be surprised if Andrade says, "The hell with the damn contract. I'm walking out. I don't care. You could sue me for breach of contract, whatever. I don't give a shit." But that's the way it's looking right now. Like, damn. Like, I don't know. AEW is definitely falling slowly. They still got some good talent. Don't get me wrong. But you gotta get your shit together.
I'm about to say you gotta get it right, man. Too. You can't have good talent without good production.
You okay there, sir?
I burped.
You sure?
And I hiccuped.
Uh-huh.
Or
that must have been some good food.
Hiccup burped.
That was some good shit.
It was. It was good.
Was it good?
Yeah.
Alright, cool. I'm glad. Now continue to talk to the fans, sir.
Well, like I said, you can't have good talent without good production. You can't have good people on your roster without having a good story or without having a good amount of producers.
Okay, so for example, do you think Jon Moxley should actually be the AEW champion?
Nah, I feel like you should give somebody else a chance.
I totally agree.
I feel like
that should have been the start.
I feel like you should give somebody
that makes no
else
sense to me. You should at least give Darby Allin or somebody else the title.
Exactly.
That makes no sense to me.
Exactly.
He's a young kid. He's a young kid that he's trying to make a name for himself, and all I see is him doing ladders and doing all this other bullshit and blah 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 blah.
Right.
No.
Exactly.
Make him a star. Give him something.
They recovered good from Punk, but another incident hurts.
Of course, another incident.
It does hurt.
Of course,
it does.
Because it's showing you can't control your backstage.
That's true.
You can't control your backstage. Like, what the hell? If you having this type of altercation, you pretty much AEW is the asylum. The asylum people. The inmates are running the asylum.
Exactly.
Like, Tony Khan has no freaking... See, the F-bomb almost came out. No freaking control over it. You know what I mean? But You know who? But you know who does have control over the fans? Dominic Mysterio.
Dominic does.
Dominic Mysterio. I saw his promo this week. Jefe, I hate you. I hate you so much. You're like
That promo was
bang
insane,
on.
man.
Like, I love what they're doing with Dominic.
Me too.
And it's inevitable that the match is gonna happen, father versus son. You gotta do it. You gotta do it. The WWE don't pull the bullshit. Just like we say here, no politics, no bullshit, straight pro wrestling. Give him a wrestling match between father and son.
I'm sure it'll happen, but I still feel like it's too early.
Of course it's too early. They gotta build it up.
That's what I'm saying. I feel like
They have to build up his character.
I feel like that's
they
what's
gotta
going
build up
on
his
right
character and make sure that he can.
That's what's happening
Because
right
not for nothing, he's really winning the crowd.
He is
Like they booing the shit out of him. Like boo, and you know if they booing somebody like that, you're doing your job.
Exactly.
You're doing your job the way
Dom
you're
is
supposed
a
to.
diamond in the rough and transforming world.
Absolutely.
That's true.
Absolutely. I 100% agree. And I'm anxious to see what's next for him.
Me too.
That's what's next. And you know what else I'm looking forward to seeing? You wrestling fans sharing our content all over social media. Bring everybody in. Wrestling's top news along with our topic of the night. Wrestling theories. Top 10 that we have written down of wrestling theories that who knows might come in, which is going to go into our predictions for Extreme Rules, which many are thinking, a theory, that a certain someone, which we will name later on, will be showing up at Extreme Rules. Thank you.
At Extreme Rules. That's what you said.
Wow. Anyway, but we also saw something about, speaking of, back to AEW, apparently Shawn Spears is going out of AEW too.
AEW is not looking good. It is looking good too much.
First you lose Aleister Black. Then you send Andrade home. Now you're losing Shawn Spears. I don't know.
Something's fishy here.
I don't know.
WWE is making a major comeback. Man.
Of course they are. Of course they are.
Listen, I tell you right now, if The Fiend does come back...
Oh, it's over for AEW.
AEW is officially getting blown out the water.
I'm sorry.
AEW is getting blown out the water. Hey, I'm not too big of a fan of AEW. They're good. Don't get me wrong. AEW is really good. But if The Fiend returns, they're blowing AEW out the water. Like, there's not even competition anymore.
Absolutely.
No competition.
Nope. Not at all.
No.
And I'm sorry, the way it's been happening, like the White Rabbit song, like, oh man.
I think it. Well, we'll talk about that soon. We'll talk about that soon.
Well, word has it that Triple H, a source is saying that Triple H wants to possibly give a push to Finn Balor.
I think he should get one.
Like he should.
Finn
Balor
because should get one.
He
missed his push a little while ago.
Well, when he got hurt, because he was the first ever Universal Champion.
I mean, but that would have been after he came back from being injured. That would have been the perfect redemption time for him. But I guess like with Vince McMahon's old mind, that's not exactly how it went.
Well, that. Excuse me.
They're having the same problem I had.
Yeah, the food.
Get some.
Vince McMahon was still stuck in the old times. Everything was good shit.
He still
That's
is.
good shit. Well, he's no longer in the company.
I mean, but even out of that company, you're probably still stuck on the old days.
AEW is number 2 and needs to be happy with that. Absolutely.
I'm about to say that. I don't know.
But that's what I'm saying. Tony Khan is trying to be a modern day villain like Vince McMahon,
and it's not working.
You can't do it.
You can't replace Vince.
You can't do it.
Listen, that's one thing
It's not gonna happen.
I could give credit to Vince McMahon for that. He was that guy.
Vince McMahon was that villain.
He was that villain.
He was always that villain that knew how to push a button, knew what the hell he was doing, and get shit done. Once he got older, he didn't know what the hell he was doing. You're taking a botch at WrestleMania.
Oh my!
Like, man, what in the blue hell were you thinking of?
Oh, that botch was crazy.
That botch was disgusting.
Wow.
That botch was disgusting. I'm like, what the hell?
That was the most ridiculous.
I said, retire, my man. Retire. Stay retired. Don't do it. Don't do it.
He botched a kick, like.
Well, in a much sadder news, we have a former Tough Enough winner, Sarah Lee, has passed away. No one knows what it was. But our condolences, our condolences to her family.
Yep.
Prayers with them all the way, and also the legend himself, Antonio Inoki, also passed away.
Oh, I did not know that.
He was a legend in New Japan. He was a legend all over professional wrestling, and he will be sadly missed.
30 is way too young. That is very young.
Way too young. So we don't know what it was. We don't know if it could have been anything. But it was shocking to see. It was shocking to hear about, oh no, Kevin, Kevin Laura, my good, very good friend. We have Brian Montalvo in here too. He's sneaking in. You know, I see him checking out.
Is he working right now? You working right now?
Yeah, he probably is. He's
jiving.
He's jiving.
Inoki was
bigger than Hogan. Of course, absolutely. That's a no-brainer. Like Antonio Inoki made waves all over professional wrestling. You know what I mean? Especially with that fight with Muhammad Ali. That was like, I'm the greatest of all time.
Oh my God.
But there's been a shakeup in the WWE commentary team, Jay.
Really?
You got Wade Barrett, who's coming to SmackDown, Booker T going to NXT, and Kevin Patrick to Raw. And then you got Jimmy Smith has gone.
Wow.
Like, major shakeup. Apparently, Triple H and Stephanie McMahon, they had the confidence in Kevin Patrick to be this new commentator. And all these changes. So, let's see what goes on. Let's see if everything unfolds well. His wifey, he's going crazy. How his godson is, God bless.
I didn't get what that meant.
It's his wife. He's going crazy over there. How big you got?
Oh.
He's huge.
Listen. Oh, he finally admitted to being old.
I'm 40, but I could still kick your ass.
Never.
Barrett on SmackDown would be good. You know, I've heard Barrett on NXT. So
he is a pretty good commentator.
It's a pretty good commentator. I'm definitely looking forward to seeing that.
I'm not even gonna knock him.
No, let's see what happens with that situation. But,
sorry, I'm a little sick.
You know, that theory, I'm waiting for that theory to come up. You know what I mean? But speaking of theories,
I'm about to say that theory.
This particular topic we have in mind, you got a lot of theories that have happened in professional wrestling.
Many.
There's a lot of things that people believe, that don't believe. If it is going to happen, it's not going to happen. Sometimes it has happened, sometimes it hasn't. But you get that question in your mind, holy shit, did it happen? Did it not happen? Blah, 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 blah.
What if it did happen?
You know? But our topic is wrestling theories. Wrestling theories. We have.
What is good with you and your head?
We have 10 wrestling theories that we're gonna discuss. That some of them might be true, some of them might not be true.
All right. I got a first theory. So, what if the water beat you, Dad? What if that actually happened? What if this beat you? Do you think that can happen?
No.
What if that beat you? What if the water beat you?
Be water, my friend.
No,
you're talking Bruce Lee now. When there's water in the bottle, it becomes the bottle. When you put water in the teapot, it becomes when you Bruce Lee now.
No.
Bruce.
I'm just making a.
You want to fight like Bruce too?
I'm just making a theory. Like, what if the water bottle beat you? That's my theory.
There's no theory there. There's no. There goes the water bottle again.
Exactly.
Anyway,
oh my God.
Wrestling theories.
That's
we have 10 choices that we have picked for. That is going to be pretty interesting, pretty controversial.
Definitely.
The first one we start with is, what's up, Russell? Welcome, brother. Welcome. Hope you enjoy the show. The first theory we had mentioned is Tully Blanchard signs with AEW to give his daughter a future. How accurate is that? Do you guys think that's accurate? Do you think that's the reason why Tully Blanchard signed with AEW? Or was it to just be with Arn Anderson, his best friend? What do you think in those theories, Jay?
Make
it sound good, please.
What do you mean make it sound good? I make everything sound good. It's what the heel kid does. You feel me? Yeah.
Continue, sir.
I feel like, honestly, I feel like that's not far-fetched. I feel like it's a possibility that he could be trying to make a future for his daughter. But I also feel like it could be, due to the fact that his best friend is in the company as well. So, one, he's with his best friend and he's doing what he likes. And two, by doing that, he can also make a future for his daughter as well. So I don't think that's really far-fetched. I think I don't think that's, the only reason, but I do think that could be one of the reasons why that happened.
Well,
what do you think?
Well, Dave says here that Tessa Blanchard never showed up, so maybe that's why he left.
Maybe.
Because listen, Tessa Blanchard is a good wrestler.
I agree.
Just her attitude freaking sucks.
Yeah, her attitude sucks.
Her attitude sucks.
It does.
And you can't have that type of attitude in professional wrestling.
I'm about to say because
it's not going to work for you.
They will not hesitate to fire you.
Exactly, it's not going to work for you. Will you start hitting my table?
Listen, my sock.
I'm knocking my damn microphone.
I'm sorry. I had a spike ball in my sock. It hurt.
Anyway, but who knows? Do you see a WWE future for her? Do you see her coming to Impact? Back to Impact? Do you see her going to Japan? But I don't know if that's what maybe he might have left because she never showed up to the AEW.
It's possible.
But maybe Tully Blanchard, he just said, okay, it's time to retire already. But who knows? Nobody knows why he signed with AEW.
Nobody
But to come up with a theory that he signed because to give his daughter a career, I don't know. Hey, Christopher Brown, here we go. Tessa said has an ego equal to Charlotte Flair. Dave says never say never, but no to Impact or WWE. I don't think she would do well in WWE.
I still think that theory is not far-fetched. I still think it could be possible, but since she never showed up, that kind of just defeated the purpose of that.
Well, excuse me. Well, here's another theory. Here's our second theory. This might be a little controversial. Many people think otherwise. Randy Savage and Stephanie McMahon's relationship in the past. Did it happen? Did it ever happen? Were those two intimate? Like, is that an actual theory or is it a rumor? What do you guys think about that?
Wow. Very interesting because I never heard anything about those two. So it's like,
because they mentioned that in the Dark Side of Wrestling. They mentioned that in other in interviews and shit like that.
Well, I think it could be possible then because if it's on the Dark Side of Wrestling, then
I don't know. I'm trying to remember if it was.
I'm about to say because normally when the Dark Side of Wrestling,
he took a bite out of that Slim Jim.
I would, so no judgment.
He would take a bite of her.
Oh my God.
Christopher Ross says Tessa won't come to WWE. Shed will under the restrictions placed on her, especially her move set. Yeah, it would. Exactly. Well, I don't know. I don't think it ever happened. Because Macho Man really loved Elizabeth.
Yeah, I was about to say.
When they were married.
Yep.
But who knows? In professional wrestling, anything is possible. Anything happens behind the closed doors. You know what I mean? Behind backstage. There's a lot of shit that happens backstage.
I'm about to say
we don't know.
There's probably a lot of things that happen in WWE that no one speaks about. Like whatever happened in the locker room stays in the locker room.
Of course.
Like God knows. Like hypothetically, it probably didn't happen. But let's just say like John Cena and Randy Orton had a brawl backstage, and they didn't want anybody to know about it. Whatever happens in the locker room stays in the locker room. I bet you WWE has a lot of secrets that no one knows about, except for the WWE locker room or the people that was there.
There's a lot of things going on. Okay, what's going on, brother? Thank you, appreciate it. For those tuning in, tonight's topic of the night is wrestling theories. We are ready on theory number 3 we're about to get to. The first 2 was about Tully Blanchard coming to AEW for his daughter's future. Many people believe yes, many believe no. Randy Savage and Stephanie McMahon relationship. We think he didn't. I don't think he did. He was too classy. He was too much of a classy guy. Chris says, in order to put Savage, Steph Urban Legend to bed once and for all, or have Steph take a polygraph and see if she tells the truth. Of course, but But that's never
That
going to
won't
happen.
happen.
That's never
I'm
going to
about to
happen.
say, that won't
You know, that's
happen.
ancient history. You know, it's a theory. It's a rumor. People think it is what it is, and
True.
you know,
Exactly.
it doesn't happen.
Exactly.
You know, but the next theory is a long time ago, Vince McMahon had a case against him, steroid case. This was also on the dark side of the dark side of the ring. Apparently, he was being looked at. The professional WWE was being looked at for steroid abuse, and apparently he had a neck brace. He had a neck brace as if the Ultimate Warrior choked the shit out of him.
Like for real?
Like for real. But he went to court with his neck brace and
You gotta be kidding me.
exactly. And many people believe it's not true.
I don't believe
Many people believe he did it as a publicity stunt because he thinks the Ultimate Warrior hit him. So people can say Ultimate Warrior is freaking crazy. I almost said the F word again. Yes, Canada. Thank you, sir. Thank you so
Much
much.
love
Please
from
pass out.
Canada.
Please pass
Thank
our
you,
word out
thank
there in
you.
Canada. Bring them on. Bring everybody in. Share our
Yeah.
content. Bring on. Blah, 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 blah.
Thank you for supporting us from Canada.
Thank you, thank you.
Because I don't know what he said.
No, thank you. In all seriousness, thank you for supporting us
Yeah.
in Canada. Please pass the word out over there to Canadians to watch our show.
Or anyone.
Please share our content. Anyone all over professional wrestling. Share our content. Tonight's topic: wrestling theories.
I know, Brian.
Going
I'm
into
saying, but
Extreme Rule Prediction.
Take for them to finally put it to bed for good.
Yeah, it's not gonna happen.
It won't happen.
Ain't not gonna happen. Not gonna happen. So don't hold your breath. Anyway, so Vince McMahon, he went with a neck brace. You know, he looked all crippled, and he was acquitted. He was acquitted for steroid use.
Yep.
And I think
it was fake.
Is that once they came out that they were no longer wrestling. You know, they were sports entertainment.
Yeah.
That's when shit started getting crazy with the steroid use. And you saw these guys like this.
White Rabbit to come Saturday.
Oh, but
We're gonna get to that
We're
soon.
gonna get to that. We're gonna get to that.
We're gonna get to that
Don't go
soon.
nowhere. We're gonna get to that in
We're
just a
gonna
few
get to that
moments. We're gonna
soon.
get to that.
We're gonna get to
but
that soon.
that's when sports entertainment was born. You know what I mean?
Sports entertainment.
Sports entertainment. But it wasn't really. It's wrestling.
Sports
Boy.
entertainment. Listen, I
You
live.
you messing up my mic, man. Put your hands up on the
Move
table.
back a little bit. I'm too close to the
Jesus
table.
Christ. Anyway, but yes, that was pitiful. That was pitiful. But yeah, he won the case, and I'm like, okay, that's fine. Blah blah blah. Whatever.
Feed
You know.
your head. I think he's talking to you.
Feed my head.
I don't know what that means.
What? Huh? Ah. Sports entertainment. Blah blah blah. Sports entertainment. That's what they call it now.
Sports entertainment, blah blah.
Now here is another theory number 4. Apparently they say that Triple H tried to stop Kurt Angle's push in 2000 for him not to win the title, not to get this big push. What are your thoughts on that?
I don't know. I don't feel like that's true because I just from my okay, well, wrestlers can always change over time, but from my standpoint, I've seen Triple H put wrestlers over. You know, since I seen him wrestling. You know, he's putting Randy Orton over before, Shawn Michaels, and a whole bunch of other wrestlers.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like Kurt Angle was a very deserving person to get a kind of push like that. So I really don't think that he was trying to stop his push. I feel like the only way I would probably believe that is if Kurt Angle himself was to say something like that. But overall, I don't know. I don't believe it. I don't think Triple H was just that kind of guy to try to stop someone's push like that. I just think maybe Triple H was another light in his spotlight, and people thought that he was trying to steal his spotlight due to them being talking.
Sorry.
I feel like Triple H was also in his spotlight, and due to them being in a spotlight together, they felt, or whoever said that felt, that Triple H was trying to stop his push.
Dave, it is possible. You know, politics did play a part. Politics played a big part in professional wrestling back then, and still do.
They're about to say they never stopped.
I don't know. Many people said that about Triple H, but
I don't think
I don't think so. I don't think he would do that. You know, especially one that he got punished for a long time for doing the shit he did.
Long time.
You know, I wouldn't have done that. You know what I mean? That was just Now he does a lot of great shit for talent. Like all these storylines, all this stuff with Dexter Loomis and this what is this? These new matches that he's doing, these main events that he's doing, like shit. Like where the hell you been all this time? Because nothing on WWE was suck. It was
doo doo.
Like it was caca.
Yeah, it was caca.
Not just caca, it was caca.
Triple caca.
Triple caca. No, that's double caca. No, that's triple. Yeah, you're right. Triple caca. Okay, anyway.
That's cacas.
All right, let's get to a comment. Christopher Brown says, sports entertainment makes you want to give yourself a concussion. Being subject to gimmicks like Hornswoggle, a half-assed hardcore title, Retribution, Maximum Male Morons, etc. Now, no. Let me stop you there with Retribution. I think if Triple H would have got a hold of Retribution the way he wanted
it would have been.
it would have been way better.
I agree.
Way better. I guarantee it. Now, this Maximum Male,
maybe not.
They should turn those two into a massive tag team.
I agree.
Hornswoggle, it was comedy. You need comedy at least in wrestling. It's sports entertainment. It's entertaining.
I mean, that's why they
drama,
call it sports entertainment.
all that shit. You need something like that.
He is right though. Sometimes it makes you want. It makes you want to end concussion.
Yeah, I know. And speaking of concussion, I got a concussion myself when I saw Theory 5 when Sheamus won the title against John Cena in 2000 in TLC, 2009
by accident.
But it said people are saying he did it by accident. Is that true? Did he win the title by accident? Did John Cena accidentally go through the damn table?
I don't know, cause I think I've only seen John's. Out of all the times, I could be wrong, but out of all the times I've seen John Cena wrestle, I don't really see him botch. I've never really seen him be a botch kind of person. So for him to, I wouldn't really say he's a perfectionist in the ring, but John Cena knows how to operate when it comes to matches.
Of course.
So I really don't think it was an accident. I think Sheamus was supposed to win the match. Sheamus had a good run going on at the time. He had a rivalry with John Cena, who was also popping at the time as well, and he needed to prove himself. So I just don't feel like that was an accident. I felt like Sheamus was supposed to win the title. So
Okay. I agree.
I felt like that was meant to happen.
Okay. What do you fans think? Do you feel it was meant for him to do that? Thoughts on Impact? Impact Wrestling has its moments. It has its time that...
Exactly.
He said, laughing out loud, you don't accidentally go through a table. Old school, going into business for yourself, maybe.
Exactly.
Okay.
You don't accidentally... how do you accidentally go into
before I get to this stuff, Impact Wrestling...
Sheamus looks like a bottle of...
It's like a bottle of mayonnaise with a ketchup hick.
Sheamus is really
really
white.
But Impact Wrestling is it's a good promotion. It's a small promotion, but
for a small promotion,
it gets attention from people. You know what I mean? You got some good wrestlers there, so they're creeping up.
But Impact airs on TV, right?
Yes,
there you go. That's good enough right there.
But yeah, that was crazy with Sheamus, the way he won the title.
I still can't believe, how do you accidentally go through a table? Especially, in the position that Sheamus had him in. He had John Cena on his back. How do you accidentally throw him through the table? If anything, Sheamus himself should have went through the table, not John Cena.
Joe Perry says, I think Impact Wrestling... Su Yung needs a push. Of course. Listen, you right now is the best time to build your talent. You know what I mean? And if you build talent, who knows? People start watching it. People will actually go to Impact to see what lies there. You know, who knows? But Impact Wrestling was pretty good. And it has some great stars that are now in WWE.
That's true.
AJ Styles one of them.
That is true.
Dave says Impact Honor no more. but wish there was less intergender. Well, that's what they like. Jessica Hoffman, thank you. Welcome. Long time no see. That's an interesting theory, though. This theory is kind of interesting, kind of caught me by surprise. Number 6 is HBK wasn't actually hurt during the Attitude Era. Is that true?
I mean,
like they said, his vertebrae in the back was messed up.
In the Attitude Era.
Drugs.
How long was he out?
He was out for 4 years.
For 4 years during the Attitude Era.
When he got hurt, he left the WWE. I say maybe around 1998. He lost the title to Stone Cold.
Okay,
and then he left.
Okay, well, I think there's two sides of that. I feel like he did get injured, but I don't think it was for 4 years. I think maybe he was probably out for like a year, a few months, and then he maybe was fighting his demons. Maybe he
definitely was fighting demons.
He was going through his stuff.
He was definitely fighting some demons that he couldn't control, and
he had to take care of his business.
Take care of his family, handle his issues, and
so I definitely don't think he was. I don't think it was faked necessarily. I think
it was 4 years.
I think he genuinely did get injured, and I feel like because when an athlete gets injured, that kind of brings down their confidence, or that kind of brings down their joy, knowing that they can't do what they enjoy doing anymore, which probably gave HBK more demons than probably what he.
Yeah, that's what I figured, Brian. And he hit himself in the back, with the casket in the Royal Rumble. Mm-hmm. But many believe it was just a bruise, that it wasn't an actual injury.
Right, exactly.
But it was. They showed it on TV. It was. But for people to come up with a theory that they said that they don't think that he was hurt during the Attitude Era,
I think he was hurt.
Like
it doesn't. You don't have to. I don't think he was physically hurt throughout the whole Attitude Era, but I knew he was hurt for sure.
Yeah. No, he was definitely hurt. He was definitely
mentally
hurt.
and physically. He was
now, theory number 7. Edge and Daniel Bryan came back to wrestling because they felt they can wrestle elsewhere.
No, I don't believe that.
Is that true?
I feel like Bryan Danielson maybe because he's wrestling in AEW now, but Edge, I felt like WWE is his home. Like he's gonna retire at WWE. WWE made him who he is today. So I think it's both. Maybe Bryan Danielson decided he could.
Well, Bryan Danielson made it clear that if he wasn't going to wrestle in the WWE, he was going to wrestle somewhere else.
Exactly.
So it was like, no, I wasn't doing that. Christopher Brown says, hell no. Why would you fake the injuries Sean had and end up taking half a decade off? I'd love to know what a jackass started that. This is interesting. This topic is interesting. Brian, shut up.
Oh, look at that. He's back at the water again. Maybe I need some more.
Both. More for the dragon.
More for the dragon.
No saying. No, just drink of water. They're a little parched.
Bryan Danielson
had so much more in him. His retirement was forced.
I agree.
Because WWE didn't want him dealing. Because apparently he was getting seizures. He was getting concussions. But I don't know. Daniel Bryan. And the Bryan Daniels' son.
Well, yeah, he still has water in there, so yes. You win. Perfect.
I don't know. It's like if he would have stood in WWE, I don't think he would have.
I don't think he would have
done much.
I'm about to say he had his little prime run when he won the titles, like when he won the WWE.
But he fought a lot for those damn titles.
He did fight a lot for those titles. That's why I'm saying I feel like once he came back to WWE, he wasn't at his prime anymore.
No,
that was it. Like I'm not gonna say there was no point of him coming back, but there was no point of him coming back to WWE.
Well.
I felt like if somebody was gonna lose the title, or if somebody was gonna beat AJ Styles, it should have been somebody that was, no offense to Daniel Bryan, good wrestler, but somebody that was more deserving. Daniel Bryan just got back to the company and then he won the title, and then they gave him like this weird looking title. It was just so.
It was,
what is that?
It was a universe title.
It was so weird, like.
Christopher Brown says, Jaden at the time Sean got hurt intentionally. They were treating it at the time as if his career was over. that he was never coming back.
So they made it seem like he was like, so they made it seem like it was a career-ending injury.
Yeah, pretty much. So, theory number 8. It says here, Kevin Owens didn't know he was going to win the Universal title. Is that a fact? Did he know what Triple H was going to do? That he was going to pedigree Seth Rollins? I don't know. Give me a word.
I think he could be telling the truth because, like I said, when it comes to things like that, WWE is very, very unpredictable.
Wow.
So, like, perfect example, when the Hardy Boys returned. No one knew they were coming back.
No one knew.
Not even the locker room. I think the only one that knew was Vince McMahon.
Mm-hmm.
Other than that, no one in the locker room knew that they were coming back.
I don't know.
So I think it's a strong possibility that Kevin Owens could be telling the truth about
It's
that.
possible. It's possible. But
it is definitely possible.
It's crazy that
It's definitely possible.
you see stuff like that, and even in character, that he didn't even know he won the title, he still covered him anyway and won the Universal title.
He did.
And listen, I want another run for Kevin Owens.
Me too.
He's the prize fighter right now. I would want him and Sami Zayn going after the bloodline.
That would be cool.
Which I'm loving the Sami Zayn and Jey Uso beef. That shit is hilarious. That shit is hilarious.
It is.
He's like, I'm an honorary youth. Sami Zayn is playing a good character.
Sami Zayn, they're doing Sami Zayn good right now.
Okay, here's another theory. It wasn't always Glenn Jacobs under the Kane mask. Is that true?
What makes people think that?
Well, that May 19th shit, that a fake Kane kept coming around. Somebody was coming around.
I still think it was him under the mask the whole time, though.
Possible. I
I think it was Glenn Jacobs.
Brian says that's a possibility. He was pretty shocked in that ring. Oh, he could have played it off pretty well. You're right. You're absolutely right. And Dave says no, WWE doesn't book the Fly or let the Fly workers the match. Brian says if you look at Foley's face when Triple H took the belt, yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's kind of ironic that happened.
That was Glenn Jacobs, right? That's what I'm saying.
Ain't no bullshit. That was definitely.
That's what I'm saying. Ain't no way it wasn't Glenn Jacobs. He plays that character way too well for him not to be Glenn Jacobs. Come on now. I believe.
You know, wrestling theories happen.
Who was the ding dong that made up that theory?
I don't know. Whoever did it was definitely a ding dong. Ding dong.
I want whatever they're smoking.
And now here is the final theory, which I know you guys are gonna have a shitload of things to say about this one.
This one's really controversial to me.
The Montreal screw job was a work. We have talked about it over and over and over and over and over again.
You know, I think this is my personal take on this. I think it was a work, but I think it was a work to screw Bret Hart over. I think this was a work. This was supposed to happen just to piss off Bret Hart. They knew he was gonna leave, and they knew that he was going to a different company. What better way to retaliate to that company by screwing over the talent that's going to that company? Basically, to keep it short, they tried to put a bad face on Bret Hart by making him lose that match. Well, I felt like that was booked for Bret Hart to lose that.
According to Dave, he said Jim Cornette believes it was a work too.
I do too.
You know, nobody knows.
I do too.
Nobody knows if it's a work or not, because it was so real. The way he spit in Vince McMahon's face, the way he broke everything in the front,
because he looked upset.
The way he snuffed him out with a black eye right here.
He really looked upset.
I don't know.
HBK knew all about that.
I felt like he denied it. Of course he's going to deny it. He was the golden child right then.
I'm about to say.
He was the golden superstar. Yes, he was untouchable.
Yep, he was the untouchable.
Listen, to be honest, if he didn't get hurt, I don't think he would have lost to Stone Cold.
I don't think so either.
Because they couldn't even communicate with each other the way he was acting. He was acting like a piece of shit.
He was.
You know, he was bad. He was being very unprofessional at the time. He grew up. Got better. But everybody goes through that. He went through his moment. He had his moment. He fought his demons. He did everything he needed to do. And he did it the right way. He actually went and did good business. When the Austin era has begun, Stone Cold.
If you guys watch Beyond the Mat, there is a segment of where hear a convo with Vince and Brett.
Yeah, no, I heard the conversation. I heard the conversation when he was saying that he wasn't going to screw him, he wasn't going to do it, but afterwards he told him, I did what I had to do for my business.
That's what I'm saying. That kind of sounds like that was a working job. Like that sounds like that was planned. Like,
of course it was planned.
That
of course
Montreal screw job.
But it was planned for him to get screwed.
Exactly. It was
so
a work
it wasn't
for
a work.
Bret Hart. It wasn't a work.
It was a work shoot.
It was a work to get Bret Hart screwed, basically.
Christopher Brown says, no way was the screw job a work. That was Vince's giant FU to Bret for going to WCW. Well, we know the theory is always going to be work or shoot. Work or shoot.
Yeah, exactly.
Clifford Blackett says, I like when WCW superstars jump to WWE the next day. It was good. Just like Scott Hall did. And it was epic.
I'm about to say, see,
and the NWO was born.
So like Batman.
Hey!
He just loves slapping me on my chin.
It's okay. You'll be alright, son.
No, cut it out.
You will be okay.
No, I'm not.
Anyway,
I don't know how he does that.
that was the 10th and final theory of the WWE.
The theory.
You know, theories in professional wrestling, they make you think like, what the hell? Like, what's next? Like, what it is, like, for example, there were certain things that thought were Karrion Kross. Some people think it's Baron Corbin. Now, with this...
What was that?
Now...
You just speaking so normal, and then you just all of a sudden no.
Now, you have a theory.
What? I don't believe it.
We don't own rights to the song. But many people believe that everything that's been happening, and it's been happening pretty frequently lately, on Monday Night Raw and SmackDown. Apparently during the commercial break, this song comes up.
What's that behind you?
This song has come up. And people have put their lights. They put lighters, they put flashlights. Then, when it goes further into the song, a red light comes on. You hear the song. You hear this song.
I'm not gonna lie, that song is creepy.
No, but the way people respond to it. Now here's my question. Everybody think that this song is Bray Wyatt.
I think so too.
But what if it's not?
Who do you think it is, though?
Listen to the song.
I think it's Bray Wyatt, and I feel like
Again, we don't own rights to this.
Exactly. Now listen.
Okay.
This is
now let's listen to these comments.
I have a theory on this.
We want it to be Bray, but prepare for the potential curveball.
I think it's Bray.
Jessica says it's Bray with a twisted version of Alice in Wonder. I didn't think about that. I did not think about that.
Listen. This ties to that. So this is
feed your head.
So this is my theory. I feel like when they play that bunny song, it's like, how do I explain this? It's like the white bunny is starting to evolve. The more they play the song, the more frequently it happens.
Well,
the more the bunny evolves, the more the bunny comes back to life. Going back to Bray Wyatt's Firefly Funhouse character, the bunny, it slowly starts. The more it plays, the more the bunny starts to come back to life. And then I felt like When the bunny comes to life, it's
See,
when-
Karrion Kross had a gimmick of White Rabbit earlier in his independent career.
That's what I'm saying. I feel like Bray Wyatt could be behind all of this right here.
Listen.
don't get me wrong.
Listen.
I wouldn't be surprised that Bray Wyatt and Triple H are secretly working together with
man.
this. With this White Rabbit thing right now, like at this
That
moment,
would be phenomenal.
I wouldn't be surprised if him and Bray Wyatt are working on this at this.
He
moment.
said, read the lyrics. It will help you understand. Oh, yes, I sure will.
I will read those later.
I sure will. But this theory is going into Extreme Rules, which is this Saturday on WWE Network Peacock.
The feed, be there, please. Bray Wyatt.
Here are predictions, wrestling fans. Here we ready, go, boom. The Brawling Brutes versus Imperium. Jaden, what is your thoughts? Who is your prediction?
I have Imperium.
Okay.
Match. Who you got?
I don't know. After the Slobber Knocker match that Sheamus and Gunther
But
had?
then why switch Cross character? They switched his character?
No. That's what I'm saying. But he's asking, why would you switch his character? It makes no sense.
That's true.
So I watch it for a few pay-per-views. James says Imperium.
As well.
Christopher Brown says there's been suggestions of Cross, which ties back to the old theme. And Bray comments says if it's not Bray on Saturday, the fans are going to shit all over the P.
I agree.
John says I got Sheamus team to win. Well, it's going to be interesting.
I got Imperium.
I gotta say Bruce.
Really?
Yeah, even I like Imperium, but I don't know. Listen,
Imperium
the Bruce impressed me when they fought the Usos for the tag team
They
titles.
did, but Imperium is lethal, man.
Yeah,
Especially,
they're definitely lethal.
Especially, what's that guy's name? I think his name is like Gunther or something like
Yeah,
something.
The
That
massive
brutal,
giant.
that brutal match he had
Bo
with
Dallas
Sheamus.
returns.
Imagine.
Maybe that's Bo Dallas.
What if it's both?
Damn, we got all these theories coming.
What if it's Bo Dallas and
Watch the damn pay-per-view and there's not gonna be shit.
I would be so mad.
It's alright. I still want to watch the pay-per-view.
I do too.
And the reason I want to see it for the second match, for the first time ever, Edge versus Finn Balor in an I Quit
I
match.
can't wait to see that one.
Holy shit.
That match is gonna be a slobber knocker for sure.
Shit.
I want to see that one for sure.
That's tough to call.
That is really
Because if they're definitely trying to give Finn a push, they might have him beat Edge. But what if Edge wins anyway?
Well, is there still Well, then I feel like maybe if he does beat Edge, then maybe Edge will have to get his get back, and Edge will have to find another way to beat him next time.
We shall see. He said
maybe-
Finn wins Edge off to
to the
Rumble.
Rumble.
Possibly. He make his return at Royal Rumble. You think you know me? Like he always does. But yeah, I'm thinking Finn too. I'm thinking Finn Balor. But next match is Drew McIntyre and Karrion Kross.
I'm gonna go with
In a strap match.
I'm gonna go with Drew McIntyre.
I'm gonna go with
But
Karrion on this one.
Actually, I'm gonna go with Drew McIntyre because Karrion.
I'm gonna go with Karrion
Karrion
Kross.
Kross is the one with the white rabbit gimmick, right?
No. Well, I don't know about the white rabbit gimmick, but yeah, he's with Scarlet.
Okay. So then, how would Bray Wyatt ever interfere in?
I don't know.
I feel like he could interfere in that. He might interfere in that match. I feel like Drew versus Karrion, Bray might interfere in that match, and he might cost Drew McIntyre the match.
We gotta see.
I might think like he takes off the strap some way somehow, and then he costs him the match.
He said he can't call it. The reason is the reason I'm
Can't
watching.
call it,
Nope,
the reason-
he can't call it.
That's
We don't know what's gonna happen. We just
don't
gotta
know.
watch Extreme Rules.
Knowing Triple H though, something interesting is gonna happen.
Brian says I'm going with Cross. See, Karrion Kross.
Knowing Triple H, something
You
he's
can't
gonna-
bring him back and then have him lose right away.
That's true.
You can't. That's just not gonna happen.
Knowing Triple H, he's gonna make something interesting happen.
Yeah.
Even if it's not Bray, something interesting is gonna happen.
Yeah. No, it's definitely gonna happen.
Definitely.
So, now this match is interesting. These two gentlemen can't stand each other.
Literally.
Matt Riddle versus Seth Rollins in a fight pit match with special referee Daniel Cormier from UFC. I don't know, but I think it's going to be a very interesting match. Brian says, don't be surprised if the White Rabbit has to do with the women's talent.
I wouldn't be surprised either. I wouldn't be surprised either.
Interesting. That's very interesting.
I wouldn't be surprised.
I'm gonna go with Matt Riddle on this one. In this match.
Me too. I'm gonna go with Matt Riddle for this one.
John says I picked Seth Rollins. Well, it's a tough match because the last match they had was a hell of a match.
It was a great match.
Hell of a match.
That match was amazing.
Like those two can't stand each other, but they sure as hell can do some great ass
chemistry
business.
in the ring.
They got chemistry in the ring, which is awesome.
Definitely.
And I definitely like it.
Most definitely.
So I'm definitely going with Matt Riddle though.
Absolutely.
Matt Riddle.
Matt Riddle.
This match is definitely interesting. For the Raw Women's title, Bianca Belair is going to defend in a ladder match against Bayley.
That's a tough one. I don't know. I'm gonna stay a little neutral on this one. I don't know. I can't decide.
I gotta say.
I can't decide.
That's tough.
I can't decide.
I'm gonna stay neutral on this one.
Yeah,
that's tough.
Oof. Right?
Or Charlotte.
Imagine if the White Rabbit. Oh, dang it! Where'd the comment go?
Said, imagine the White Rabbit returns Becky Lynch as a face.
That would be so mad.
I think the White Rabbit is Selena Vega.
I think the White Rabbit is Bray
Listen,
Wyatt.
we don't know.
I'm gonna just stick.
Nobody knows. We just gotta see it.
The White Rabbit being Bray Wyatt.
Listen, you got your clues though.
That sounds.
They got videos of John Cena, all these legends, all these people.
Doesn't it make the most sense though? Like, look at the songs that Bray Wyatt has. Like, look at the Eater of Worlds song that he had.
I could see Belair and Street Profits turning heel. I could see that.
I think that would happen too.
I could see
I
that.
thought the Street Profits are not heel. That would be really interesting to see though. The Street Profits with Belair being heel.
Yeah, definitely. And the final match, Liv Morgan against Ronda Rousey in an Extreme Rules
You don't even
match.
have to finish that. I have Liv Morgan.
Yeah, Liv Morgan.
Liv Morgan busted her
Liv
chops
Morgan
to win that title.
all the way.
Liv Morgan worked blood, sweat, and tears to win that title, and she has been doing an amazing job defending that title.
No, definitely.
So
But I'm gonna go with Liv Morgan.
100%.
Definitely Liv Morgan. Oh, he says Ronda. He wants Ronda. Okay.
I think Liv Morgan.
So wasn't there a White Rabbit with this guy who came in with a crew of people in an entrance, laughing out loud? Yeah, that was I forgot what was his name.
Oh God,
I'm taking a bathroom break with that match.
which match?
Ronda Rousey. Ronda Rousey regains the title, says Victor Nash. Interesting.
Ronda Rousey regain. I hope she doesn't regain the title.
Well, we shall see. But wrestling fans, our time is up. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for tuning into this awesome TV episode. Well, TV. We don't have a TV.
I'm gonna say TV.
Thank you for joining us. Please feel free to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, and TikTok. And
TikTok.
And please feel free to subscribe to our YouTube channel. We got a lot of stuff going on. We got brand new topics now happening. We got a whole bunch of controversial topics like this one we had here with the wrestling theories.
Yes.
But again, thank you for joining us. From myself, Lewis, the encyclopedia of pro wrestling,
And Jay, the heel kid of. Scared me.
too. Why is somebody ringing our doorbell at this time?
I don't know.
What is it?
You want me to go get the door?
No,
Alright.
it's 9:58.
Something came in for you guys.
Oh, what?
For me?
Dad, you got a package? Is it your birthday?
I got a package at almost 10 o'clock at night.
I wonder who it's from. Is it a puppy? Wait, where do you have a puppy? Wait, Dad, what happened? Father? Are you okay, Dad? Dad, well, where you going? I thought that